Today I have books all about respect. Now, I feel like respect can cover a wide range of topics, and so I've incorporated some different books that talk about it in different ways. Talk about respecting the earth, talk about respecting others, respecting our community, and even showing respect to ourselves. I think all important things that students should understand. And again, picture books are a wonderful way to share with students, and I talk about this all the time, but to get that message across in a way that doesn't sound preachy, but helps them internalize it. It helps them connect with the characters and helps them bring that concept to their own life, that important social emotional learning skill, and figure out how they can apply it in their own world through the characters, the interesting people that they find in books. So let's get started with those books all about respect. The first one that I have is What If Everybody Did That? And this one's kind of a basic concept about how we need to respect our community. We need to take care of the earth, the neighborhoods that we live in. We need to be aware of the people around us and how our actions affect others. And this one just takes that concept of, even though it seems like something small, like for example, throwing garbage on the ground, but if everybody did that, what a mess the world would be. So I think that this is a good one in showing students that even though, like I said, it feels like that small thing can have a huge impact over time. And it gives very specific examples in here. So for example, what if you were being disrespectful in a restaurant? What would the restaurant look like if everyone was being disrespectful? What if you weren't playing fairly? How would the others around you feel? Would they still want to play with you? If you were disrespectful to the environment, what lasting impact can that have? So I think this is a good one to start with talking about how we need to be aware of the people, the environment around us, and how we can respect that type of area in our lives. Another one to go along with that with very specific examples is Do Unto Otters, a book about manners. So in this one, Mr. Rabbit has new neighbors and they are otters, and he doesn't really know how to interact with them. But then he learns that he just needs to use his manners. He needs to show them respect and they can all get along. He needs to say excuse me or please or thank you. He needs to play fairly. He needs to cooperate. And those are great ways that he shows them respect, that they can all get along with each other. And then they can become friends as well. Another good book that gives specific examples of how to be respectful of those around you. And I like this next one. It's another one of my favorites. The Bad Seed goes into how the seed is really bad, how he's disrespectful. He lies about things. He cuts in line. He never washes his hands. He's loud in the library. And your students will start to see, wow, he doesn't have really great actions. But what I like about this one is that it shows that you can change. That even if you may have done something that wasn't respectful to others, or maybe a lot of things that weren't respectful, you can change. And it even points out that that huge change isn't going to come about right away. That you can start to act more respectful, and it's going to come, and yeah, you might slip up a few times, but that it's important that you try, that you think of others, that you are aware of what's going on around you and how your actions affect other people. The next book that I have is called All Are Welcome. And in this book, it doesn't really specifically talk about how to be respectful, but it talks about how making sure that everyone feels included, that everyone feels welcome, that's an important way of respecting others. And not only should everyone be included, but we should include others no matter their race, their religion, their background. That everybody should be included. Everyone should feel welcome. Another important aspect of respect to share with students. And this next one kind of goes along with that similar concept. This one is called Whoever You Are. And it goes into how there are people all over the world. And even though we might look different, we might celebrate different things, we are all very similar, and that it's important to respect, to take care of other people, to help each other out. no matter wherever you are, whoever you are, that respect should be followed all around, whether you're at home or at school, whether you're out in your community, whether you're visiting a new place. That even though other people's lives might be different, they might speak different languages, they might look different than you, but it's still important to make them feel welcome, to make them feel included, because on the inside they are just like you, and it's important to show them that same respect. And this next one I've shared on here before, and I've talked about how we're missing the cover of it, but if you take a peek at it, you might know which one this one is. This one is We Don't Eat Our Classmates, and I'm gonna hold it up because you can't see it anyway. But in We Don't Eat Our Classmates, Penelope Rex is a new student, and when she gets to school, all of the other students are children, and she really wants to eat them. And this is such a silly story about how she tries to eat her classmates, and then one day the class fish tries to eat her, and she realizes, oh, this is how I've been treating them? I don't like that. And it's a fun story, but it gets that point across, that we need to treat each other in kind ways, that it doesn't feel so good when people aren't kind to us. And so specifically in school, making sure that we make everyone feel welcome, that we treat them with respect, that we are kind to them, that we help them out, that we don't try to eat them. But again, a fun story that I think your students will really connect with, and one that you can refer back to. For example, remember when Penelope was eating her classmates and the classmates didn't really like that? Maybe that's how you should treat others. And this last one I think is a really important one and has become more crucial over the past few years and may not be talked about as much as it should be. And it's about respecting yourself, being proud of who you are, accepting who you are. This one is called I Like Myself. And even though you might not be like all the other kids, or that there's something that might be different, you need to be proud of who you are. An important idea that we need to get across to our kids, and how they should like themselves, and that they should like every part of themselves. And some days they might not, and we've all been there, but that they need to respect who they are, as well as respecting the people in the community around them. So that is my very short collection of books about respect. There are quite a few other ones that you can share with your class, and I will leave links to all of these books in the description box down below so that you can grab them for your classroom. I also have activities and lesson plans to go along with quite a few of the books that I shared today. And again, I'll leave links to those lesson plans in the description box because I think they are so important to bring to your class to help your students with this important social emotional skill, because that's just as important as all the other things that they are learning. So I hope that you'll be able to use some of these books in your class. If you are, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below so that I can bring you more picture books about using social emotional skills in your classroom. Have a great week.